Impossible questions. My favorite kind. G'day to all you lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually going to do a tag. I don't do many of these, but I was recently tagged by Theo from Rekindled Reader to do this tag, which is Would You Rather Impossible Edition tag, created by the Bookish Drummer, who is new to me and loves Stephen King, so I'm definitely going to go and check him out. And if you guys haven't seen Theo's channel, you must. He is very articulate and I love his content. He is predominantly a reader, I think, of fantasy and sci-fi. He's actually also new to me. I will link these channels in my description box below together with their videos doing this tag. All right, let's get started. The first question is, would you rather be able to reread your favorite book once every 10 years or be forced to read your least favorite book once a year? That's a no-brainer. Definitely my favorite book every 10 years for several reasons. One is that I actually do have a very good memory, so I remember my favorite books because I reread them as well. I can imagine them throughout that 10-year period, but putting myself through the torture of rereading my least favorite book, oh my God. Yeah, there is no way I could suffer through The Guest List by Lucy Foley every single year. Once was more than enough. Yeah, I can't imagine torturing myself like that. I would feel like I was on the rack. Yeah, no thank you. So yes, definitely reread my favorite book every 10 years. Definitely. Number 2, would you rather be forced to get rid of all your books by your favorite author or get rid of your entire library besides your favorite author? I have quite a few favorite authors, and whilst it would be a wrench to get rid of all the books, say, by one of my favorites, I have so many other books by other authors that I could console myself by reading those. So I think I would definitely get rid of my favorite author, though I can't even imagine having to do that. Number 3, would you rather only be able to read very short books, less than 300 pages, or very long books, 700 pages? Long books. I'm not a fan of short books, short stories, novellas, whereas I absolutely adore long books. I would much prefer to have a long book rather than a short book. So that one wouldn't be a hardship for me either. Number 4, would you rather your favorite series got a terrible adaptation or never be adapted? Never be adapted. One of my favorite series is The Wheel of Time, and I cannot stand the TV show. They just butchered it. And I think it's really hard when you love a series, as much as I love The Wheel of Time, to see them do such a terrible job with the adaptation. Also, it would be nice to see our favorites on the screen. There is a lot to be said also to just imagining it in your head rather than having to watch something that is not faithful to the source material. Number 5, would you rather an unfinished series have a terrible ending or remain unfinished forever? I'd prefer a terrible ending. At least then I would know it is done. For someone like me who likes completing things, it would bug me so much to have something unfinished. And whilst of course you would like to have a good ending rather than a terrible one, that's also very much a subjective thing. What someone else thinks terrible, others may not. Just thinking, for example, of A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. I've been reading that from the very beginning, and it's extremely frustrating knowing it's not finished. It has taken away some of my enjoyment of this series. So definitely finished rather than unfinished, even if it has a terrible ending. Number 6. Would you rather cut your reading time in half or cut your book buying budget in half? My book buying budget. But then I have a very large collection of books, so I will never run out of things to read or reread, especially as I am a rereader. I will never be able to read everything in my collection anyway. So yeah, definitely more reading time over buying books. And that's from someone who loves buying books. Number 7, would you rather be forced to listen to audiobooks at 3 times the speed or listen to audiobooks at half the speed? I'm very new to audiobooks. I've only listened to a handful of them. I once tried it at a faster speed and didn't like it. So I would definitely prefer to listen to them at a slower speed. It will give me more time to take the book in, to understand what is going on, especially with some complex books. Number 8, would you rather only be able to read physically or only be able to listen to audiobooks? As I've said already, I'm very new to audiobooks, and I would definitely take physical books over audiobooks anytime. Audiobooks are a supplementary way for me to listen or take in a book. And whilst I am enjoying it, it cannot replace my enjoyment of holding a book in my hands, flipping the pages, smelling them, touching them. No, definitely physical over audio for me. Number 9. Would you rather be stuck reading a mix of 3 and 4-star books or a mix of 1 and 5-star books? This one is a bit more tricky, harder to answer. Or maybe it's a bit different for me. I score out of 10 and I never give out a 10. The most I give out is 9, maybe 9.5, and that is extremely rarely. So I think I would stick with 3 and 4-star books over 1-star or 5-star books, especially as who wants to read books they're not enjoying? And 1-star books will be terrible books in my opinion. Better to read a good book rather than a terrible one, even if that means I'm going to miss out on some great ones. Of course, none of us want that, but that's the question. Yeah. And number 10, would you rather only watch your favorite booktuber or watch everyone besides your favorite booktuber? Variety is the spice of life for me. I would definitely prefer to watch everyone but my favorite booktuber. Besides, I don't have one. I have a lot of favorites, and whilst it would be sad to miss out on a favorite book YouTuber, I know that there are so many other great people out there creating wonderful videos that I would miss out on if I only had to watch one. I definitely prefer to get many different opinions on books rather than just one person's. So that is all the questions. Now I'm going to tag a few people. The first is Ashlyn at the Eclectic Book Witch, who is a very new channel, and you guys should check her out if you haven't already. I really love watching her, and I think you will as well. I'm also going to tag Chris at Unlimited Reads, who I often tag. He is a fellow Aussie. And last, I'm going to tag Jason at Jason's Weird Reads. Obviously, none of you have to do this tag if you do not wish to. And anyone else who has a channel and wishes to do this tag, please do. I found this one a fun tag to do because it has some really curly questions which are not always easy to answer. Well, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much, Theo, for tagging me, and thank you also to the Bookish Drummer for creating the tag. I hope you had fun watching this video. I had fun answering the questions. And if you did, then you know what to do. You can like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I also have a Patreon account if you wish to support me in that way. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I wanted to thank all my patrons, but a big shout out to my book dragons, Gabriella, Johanna, Joe, Kiki, Laurie, and Michael.